have in my hand the Saorview Connects box. It's from PowerPoint. The model number on it is DXD7025VC. Okay, it's available with free delivery from freetv.ie, and it's very much a step in the right direction of a sort of an all-encompassing box that, you know, sort of has been the holy grail in terms of what they're trying to achieve for TV. So basically what people want in the free-to-air world is they want satellite, they want terrestrial, and they want online, on-demand TV altogether. So it's been a moderate success since it's come onto the marketplace. I'm going to give you an overview now of exactly what's involved in it, the good, the bad, and what possibly will improve over a period of time on it. So the outer box, this is how it comes. So then we have the unit here, and it's compact and it's attractive. What we have in terms of the unit itself is we have this, we have a remote control, we have a HDMI lead, I think it's 1.5 meters, and an Ethernet cable, quick user's guide, and a battery. Okay, so if we look at the unit itself, we just have the digital display in the front, and just the channel number will be displayed here. Okay, and if we turn and look at the back here, we have our external power unit, which is actually just plugged in over here, but it's a 3-pin power unit, and it's 12 volt, I think 1.1 amp, something like that. We have our Ethernet connection here. There's built-in Wi-Fi on it, but you can use an Ethernet cable here directly. We have digital optical SPDIF here, and then we have a satellite input here, and we have a second satellite feed here as well. And what we have is a terrestrial input, so 2 satellite inputs and a terrestrial, and then we have HDMI output on it for running directly to your TV, and we have a USB key here, which currently is not of huge value to us. I'm speaking here in May of 2018, but what's going to come down the line is there's going to be ability to add on a hard drive, and there'll be a firmware update that will go onto your box. So physically your box can if you have a hard drive built in, it's called PVR, and if it's a hard drive can be added, it's called PVR ready. So right now it's PVR almost ready. Okay, so we're just waiting for that to come down, and that'll be a big feature because you want to be able to do your recording, etc. on it. Okay, so that's the main unit. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to actually just come along here, and I'll pull back, and we'll focus mainly on the screen here, and we'll just go through what we have on it. So we'll start off with the Saorview on it. So I've just gone into the Saorview setup on the menu. So I'm just using the home button to come in, and then I'm just going to use the arrow up and down. Now we don't have an aerial connected here directly, simply because our video room here is set up for satellite. But we've tested this part on it here, it works fine, and you can see all the channels, we tuned them in. So when you get the thing initially, the box will have a startup menu and say connect an aerial, go ahead, set up a password, you don't need to do it, or give your email address and just come along. And then you're just into, let's say, the main Saorview channels. So it's basically the ones in the previous page, and then you have RT+1, RT News, Oireachtas TV, and then you're into the radio channels as well. Okay, and there's numbers that are pre-programmed onto it. So that part is reasonably good. If we come with that along now, and we went directly into the satellite, which I'm going to do now, and I'll come back to the on-demand, I'm going to leave that to the end. Go to the satellite here. When you do satellite scan on it, it's reasonably clever in terms of it pulls in all the free-to-air channels, and anybody who's ever done a scan on a free-to-air box will know there's multiple channels going to appear for certain things, but it throws it into a reasonably decent order. Now when we're doing this here, we're actually just focusing on the EWTN, which is the Catholic satellite channel, and it's just for copyright reasons. We always just use that when we're shooting videos. So we come along here and we move down along. I can just very quickly with the page down or page up, flick through this, and it'll start from a channel 1001. Now, a sort of strange quirk is, if I know I wanted to go to channel 1001, I can't actually type in 1001. It just won't bring me there. You have to go through the menu thing here. But so we just go there. So we can see we have the BBC's channel 4, channel 5, the ITVs, all these channels all the way through on it. And so the EPG guide on it is quite limited then in terms of just telling you what's coming up now and next, things like that. So if we come along there, we can just exit directly out. And what I'm going to do is I'll just go to the menu button again, the home button. So I'm using that very regularly. And we'll just come along and I'll go into Saorview. So it's a little bit annoying, I find anyway, that if we want to go from satellite to terrestrial, you have to go into the menu and go from satellite over terrestrial. Where most combo boxes, it's invisible if you're flicking from one to the other, but that's just the way this has been done. I'm sure there's a technical reason on it. And then we'll just stare. Once we're down in the Saorview thing, you'll see Saorview listed in the top corner here. And what's happening now is it'll actually come along and it'll throw up a new menu that we weren't able to see in the satellite part, and that's on demand. So we can go in here and we can just we can choose it, and I can go into RTE there on demand. So just hitting the OK button here. So in terms of the players that are on it, TV3 is not on it, and TG4 is saying coming soon. Okay, so that's a little bit frustrating then, but this is where we have. There's no box that's doing anything that this is doing on the market in terms of having satellite terrestrial and the players on it. So it's a step forward, no doubts. Now you can once you're in the player, most people are familiar with it, but you can come along. Probably the most useful area of it is catch-up TV. That's normally how I'd access it. And then you can just go back to certain days and it'll come along and it'll say, okay, here's Thursday. And you can come along and this is us or one of these things here. And you just work through exactly which ones you want to go with. And it's just going back. So the number of days you can go back isn't based on setting within the box as such, but it's based on how far will the player let you go back. And in the case of the RTE player, normally about 3 weeks or so. So overall, we'll say, my view of the box is, it's a reliable box. It doesn't physically fail. If people have a sort of a Sky Plus expectation, if this is going to be something equivalent, or maybe more accurate would be a Freesat or a Freeview Plus box, things like that. It's just not there yet, but I think it's getting there, and overall we'll say it's a reasonably decent unit, and the price point on it's dropped significantly there recently, and that's the reason that we've made a decision to start to stock it here at freetv.ie. So overall, I don't know if we need to do a whole range of videos on this series here. It's pretty straightforward what it's trying to do. It's a nice enough box, and works reasonably well.